Welcome to SimUK and Farming Simulator 17. In this series I will talk you through the tutorials available in-game and highlight and clarify each of the most important features and offer you some advice too. Welcome to the first tutorial, where you will learn how to prepare your field and grow crops for a rich harvest. If you forget what to do next or want to exit the tutorial, you can open the tutorial menu at any time. First, look around the area and then move up to the tractor parked in front of the cultivator at the edge of your field. It's a big machine, isn't it? But compared to other vehicles you get to drive, it is still a rather small old tractor. Don't worry, driving this one is easier than you might think. Hop in. Here's the gas pedal, next to it the brake. And you've seen a steering wheel before, haven't you? It's easy. First things first, slowly back up to the cultivator behind you and attach it to your tractor. An icon beneath the tractor symbol in the lower right section of the user interface will appear when you are close enough to attach it. Once the cultivator is lifted into driving position, move forward towards the small black weight and attach it to the front of your tractor. The extra weight will balance out the heavy weight at the back. My advice to you here is to do this the opposite way round, for two reasons. One, you don't want all that weight on the back of your tractor and for your tractor to tip over. Two, the last item that you collect becomes the active item, and you very rarely need to do anything with the front weight, so it makes more sense to pick up the cultivator last and therefore have it as the default active item. Great job so far. Now you can prepare the field before sowing. Since you have two tools attached, you can switch between them in order to manipulate each. The schematic view of the tractor in the bottom right displays the currently active tool. Select the cultivator in the back, lower it into the soil, and then drive up and down the field as straight as you can. So today I'm using the keyboard as opposed to my G27 and Cytec Pro Farming side panel, and the reason for this is, well, setting it up has been an absolute nightmare. But we'll get into that in another video. Oh, I nearly forgot. You can turn on the radio to listen to some music while you work and enjoy driving from a different perspective. So as you can see in cab, it's a little less than inspiring. There's no moving parts, there's no real enhancement inside the cab. The only thing we have is this lovely radio here, and disappointingly when you turn it on you'll find that it doesn't do anything. It doesn't light up, none of the buttons become active. It's a bit old, to be honest with you, but it's nice to have music in the tractor whilst you work. Nicely done. You've got the hang of cultivation. Ready to plant some seeds? Cultivating loosens the soil, making it well prepared for sowing. So get on the tractor and attach the tools as you did before. Except this time a little more aggressively. Once again, I suggest doing this the other way round. Pick the weight up first, followed by the equipment. It just makes so much more sense. Sowing machines need to be turned on before they can plant seeds, and again you'll need to lower it down into the soil. When you are ready, go up the field again and sow some canola seeds. Now if you look in the bottom right hand corner, you'll see that the information provided in the panel there has changed somewhat. In blue you can see a canola icon. You might not immediately know what that is, and there are other icons to display other seed types too. At the very bottom where there's 0%, that I believe to be fertilizer, though I do need to find some confirmation on that, and if I'm wrong I will update you ASAP. Good job! The seeds are planted and now all it takes is time for them to grow into a field of canola, ready to harvest. Ka-ching! Harvest time! You will love this job. A combine must be unfolded, and then you can turn it on. By doing so, the cutter will be lowered automatically. You can also raise and lower it manually if you wish, but keep it low to harvest. Great! Exit the combine and get on the tractor in front of the trailer. The flashing icon in your map shows you where you can unload the trailer. Drive over there and store the grain in your silos. In your own time, of course. Excellent! The grain will keep well in your silos. There is a limited capacity you can store in them, but you will be able to expand them later in the game. Once you are ready to sell your harvest, you can take the grain out of your silos and deliver them to one of the various selling stations in the world to make some money. After you have harvested a field, you will need to prepare it for the next cycle. You can do that quickly by cultivating, just as before. But from time to time you should plough your field to make sure that it stays as fertile as possible. This is a new feature to FS17. Previously you never ever really had to plough anything unless you wanted to extend your field. Now, in order to get the maximum yield, you will have to keep the pH values in your soil a little bit better. Now I say that loosely because you won't be able to tell if there are any pH values. You will just have to remember how many times you've used the field and plough it regularly. Good work, and with this, you are now prepared to turn your land into a thriving farm. Take it a step further and play the next tutorial to learn about fertilizing your crops properly to increase the yield at harvest time. So guys, that's all from me. This is my first ever tutorial for FS17. I hope it helps you out. If you have any questions or suggestions, then please let me know in the comments section below. Until next time, take care of yourselves now. Goodbye.